can be.
Yeah, I think for the last 2 seasons he's played most of his football on the left-hand side, but I think when he's centre-forward, I think this lad can be an absolute superstar, I really do. I mean, the first goal, the movement was absolutely sensational. When it comes into Michael Carrick, he sees the run of Jesse Lingard. It was weighted to perfection, but look at the movement of Rashford. He's sprinting behind the defender, then reacts off the touch. And that little pause there and lift over the keeper as he's coming out, I thought was absolutely world-class.
Some touch from Lingard, though, as well.
It was a good run from Lingard and a good touch, but the movement from Rashford and that little dink there, look, this lad, I'm a massive fan of him. I think we underestimate him in this country. I don't think we realise how good a player this lad can be at centre-forward.
Well, that was 4 in 5. 17th minute, he gets his 5th in his last 5 games, Gary, and that back 3 at this point are looking nervous every time him and the others around him get the ball.
It's a difficult one, isn't it? I mean, Mata picks the ball up there and you just look and you know, no one really wants to come out to the ball. I just think the right side centre-half, I think it's Flanagan there, really needs to just go and engage him earlier. But that's the danger, isn't it? Because you go and engage, he spins you because he's got the pace and power and the movement to do it. But, you know, I think the big thing for me with Rashford is, like Phil says, he's got the physical attributes, but he's also really intelligent.
Again, this was just another brilliant move. And they got a little bit of luck, but Martial and Rashford, they've been petrified with their speed all night. He does well. He gets in again, Martial, another quick bit of feet. I think that's lucky. I actually don't think that should be given to Jesse Lingard. I think that's an own goal. I really do, because I think if that doesn't hit the defender, I think Conor Ripley saves that. Yeah, I think he saves it or it's going wide.
Gary, it's been a nightmare so far for your old sides. In truth, though, they have had their chances. How decent have those rare chances been?
They were okay. I thought certainly the first one, you know, to get into that position, and then Mason, you know, Mason's a really good finisher as well. You know, he's proved it over the years, and to be in that position, poor defending, just goes to lift, and the keeper, I think Phil mentioned, the keeper does really, really well. He reads the lift, he reads that's all he can score with, and he actually stands up opposed to the Burton goalkeeper going down early.
He does right in trying to dink it over him, but Romero does brilliant because he stands up and doesn't allow him to dink it over him.
I thought the next one, actually, you look at it, it's maybe a better chance if you take it first time, and you know, as it comes over the defender's head, as a forward, if you get set to then try and take it on the volley and let it come across you, by taking the touch, you've not got enough time for it to settle.
What on earth do you do second half in Nigel Clough's shoes? Because you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. Yeah,
it's a really difficult one. I think that the early goal makes the evening a really, really difficult one for you, and everyone knows that when it goes in so soon. You know, you can come out and at least try and make the second half a little bit more of a test. You could maybe go to 4 at the back and put 5 in midfield to see if you can stem the tide. Because I think one of the problems for Burton is Mata just drifts into those little pockets and it ends up almost being with the wide man 2v1 against the wing-backs. And because the centre-halves don't want to come out, it's so difficult to stop that flow. So maybe by doing that, but ultimately, you're sat in knowing you're probably not going to score 3 goals, let alone a couple. So therefore, you really want to keep the scoreline down and perhaps be a little bit more competitive second half.
Yeah, we had that moment of Mata Magic, 20th minute, the Martial overhead kick. So far for the holders here at Old Trafford, they are absolutely cruising towards that 4th round. And for Nigel Clough and his Burton Albion side at the moment, this is turning into a bit of a nightmare.